How do you start to like yourself when you don't even love yourself? I wanted to talk about this because I remember early in my career, I did a talk for a secondary school, all girls secondary school. And I think it was like for International Women's Day, and there was a panel of speakers, and the theme was her story in the making, sharing, our journey to getting where we were. And at that time, I was um, probably in my late 20s. I was quite, oh, early 30s. That's right, early 30s. And I started into my aesthetic career, um, was gaining some success in terms of the usual success markers. I was able to do it full time. And I was, I just ended with a not so nice boyfriend at that time. And so I was sharing my story of being this, starting out as a fat kid. And maybe I'm thinking, maybe I should just read the thing to you. Because at the end of the talk, we had, we mingled around and some girls came to speak to me. And there was one particular girl I will never forget. I will never forget her. And it still kind of haunts me still, even unto this day. She asked me, how do I love myself? How do I love myself? Mm. And she just started crying. I was, I think I was, at the time, I was so young, even though I was 30s, but I think emotionally I was not mature enough to hold the space for her. And I guess this video is kind of like, if I were to go back then, what would I say, really? Mm. Because what I did say, what really happened was, I pause and I just say, it's okay, it's going to be okay. And I encourage us, it's going to be okay. And we were called to the stage. And I mean, if somebody told me that now, I'm like, it's like, no, you feel so heavy you don't, and if you don't love yourself, it's going to be really difficult to even know where to start. So how do you do it? And I think it's difficult to, okay, I think probably if I share with you my talk, because then I feel it will give some context and so pull some things out, really. I've not read this. I've not read this, by the way, for a long time, so I'm reading it with you this time part. So, okay, so let me read this. So, um, let's see. Oh yeah, that time I was engaged to get married, and so I was engaged. Yeah. Okay. So, how many of you are fan of Beyonce? Great. How many of you would like to be a boss like her? Thank you. So, thank you for having me at your special event. My fiance posted this video on my Facebook page with a comment, I love your bossiness. I'm grateful that I'm marrying a man that loves me for who I am, encouraging me to speak out and be courageous. Now, I didn't used to be this way. When I was younger, I used to be chubby, dark, geeky, and ridden with spots. In Asia, where I grew up, this was considered ugly, and I was bullied at school, called names like mop, darky, or ugly duckling. I developed an eating disorder, harmed myself, I would skip school, steal, and was sexually harassed by a stranger when I was 8 years old, which made me feel very dirty and could only talk about it when I was 16 years old. I would dream of magic hula hoop descending down on me and turn me into a beautiful princess that had superpowers. From that, I would try to please people and worried of speaking up just in case people would not like me. My escape was into romantic books. Age 16 years old, study hard to go to medical school, indebted to my parents, graduated, trained as a surgeon, and now run a clinic, helping women feel confident in their skin again. From my journey to where I am now, I have many learnings that I will share with my younger self if the time machine was ever invented in my lifetime. But for now, I will share you these three principles. Life has a plan with you, has a plan for you. You have a choice in how you respond to what happens to you. You may not be able to change your past, but you can definitely have a choice and change your future. 3 weeks of me studying university in a foreign country, my mother passed away. I could have blamed my mother for not being around in my 20s to be my role model, but I realized she went to heaven early for a reason. It made me a stronger, more compassionate person. My family is closer and has given me an appreciation of life, which I share with my patients that I see. It's what makes me different and unique, which I love. Be your own best friend. Talk to yourself nicely every day. Grow, encourage, love, because you can only give what you have. As Mahatma Gandhi says, be the change you want to see in the world. Now, before I met my husband, I went through about 14 failed relationships. Some didn't treat me very well, but at that time, I didn't know, I didn't see how it was making me sick. I seemed to be attracting the same kind of person as I was seeking love outside of me. Once I learned to love myself and accept my flaws, I could then see my strengths and attracted a man who could see it too. Really get to know yourself first, what you like and what you don't like, and be comfortable with who you are. Choose because you want to, not because you need to. Enjoy your youth. Travel, learn, study, be curious, be creative, be a lifelong learner. Expand your mind, embrace challenges, embrace making mistakes because we learn the most from it. Learn how to manage your money, learn how to grow your money, work on becoming a better human being and the best version of you. Surround yourself with positive people that inspire you and lift you up. Number four, daydream. If you study successful people, they dream a lot. They have big dreams and they don't let any negative or dramatic people rain on their parade. Look at children, they make believe all the time and can create a whole movie just from a plain old box. They see the impossible. Make things fun, laugh, and you will always find a solution to a problem. I love watching Disney cartoons as I feel like nothing can touch me afterwards. I write all my favorite inspirational quotes in my journal, which I keep by my bedside, and I remind myself that dreams are possible and to keep going when I have bad days. As Walt Disney so rightfully said, if you can dream it, you can do it. Always remember that this whole thing was started with a dream and a mouse. I hope that was useful. It's been a very short time we had together. I leave you with this message that I have on my wall by my front door. Walk with the dreamers, the believers, the courageous, the cheerful, the planners, the doers, the successful people with their heads in the clouds and their feet on the ground. Let their spirit ignite the fire within you to leave this world better than when you found it. Good luck in your exams. You are in such an amazing school and have the best adventure ever. To be honest, reading this brings a tear to my eye because oh, when I was younger, she was so wise already. And what in what she went through, but also what she learned and what she shared to those young girls, you know, I feel the years after that, my late 30s and 40s, was really integrating all that lessons, integrating all the lessons. And I, I know I almost painted too rosy a rainbow and a picture that I know I was taking advantage of, and I know what part of me allowed that to happen. And but she was so wise. Oh my goodness. I think if you have a chance, look back at your life and see if you've done a talk or just something, if you've written something, and just realize that actually there's a lot of wisdom when you're younger. And I think growing up, I'm 47, I had to learn to still see the joy and beauty in this world when there's been so much pain and hurt in my life and in the world. And I think if I were to go back into that moment and that girl, if that young girl asked me the question again, how, you know, how do I love myself? It's really difficult. I would hold her so tight and just tell her that I know it's hard. It's hard to love ourselves when the world is trying to pull us away from ourselves. And the most important thing you can do is never to leave your side. Never to leave your side. You will make mistakes and you will fail and you will make bad decisions. And whenever that happens, you know, always come back to yourself. Always come back to yourself. Never leave your side. Okay? Because you need you. You need you, and you can build your resilience. You'll learn to be strong on your feet. Okay, learn to, you may not love yourself yet, but learn to be okay with yourself. Learn to be okay being you. Just be okay. Just be okay. Then in time, you will start to like different parts. And then eventually, when that time comes, love will follow in time. But just first be okay with yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's like we can change our external, but who we are inside is, we were brought into this earth for a reason. And out of the millions of possible combinations to create a child, you were created. You're created with your own unique features, your own unique personality. And so be completely amazed. I am so amazed that by a million chances that you and I are speaking at this moment. I will reach out if I could to give you a hug, a young girl, to you, to your young little girl, to my little girl, and just say, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Yeah, it's going to be okay. That's what I'll say. Yeah. There's nothing else to say, right? Just be here with you and say, it's going to be okay.